Square root of decimal. Hello friends, welcome to this video. In this video, we will find the square root of a decimal number. Let's see what Vishal is doing. Vishal's ball is stuck on the roof. To bring it back, he has put a ladder against the wall in this way. The height of the roof is 5.5 meters and the length of the ladder is 7.3 meters. Can you tell how far Vishal has placed the ladder from the wall? If we look at the figure carefully, we will see that a right triangle is being formed here. Let's name it triangle ABC. Here, AB is the height of the roof, angle B is a right angle, and AC is the hypotenuse of this triangle. Here we have to find the length of BC, which is the base of this triangle. Suppose its value is x. How do we find the value of x? According to the Pythagoras theorem, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the base and the perpendicular. For the right angle triangle ABC, we can also write it like this. Substituting the value of all the sides, we get x square is equal to 23.04. But we have to find the value of x. For this, we have to find the square root of the number 23.04. We will be doing this using the division method. Here we will write the divisor. Here, the dividend and the quotient will be written here. The quotient obtained by this method will be the square root of this number. First of all, we will place a bar on the number 23.04. There are two parts here. One part has a whole number and the other has a decimal number. In these two parts, we will place the bars in different ways. Starting from the units placed in whole number, we pair the digits on the left side and place a bar on them. Here, we will place a single bar on 23. To place a bar on a decimal number, we start with the decimal and place a bar on the digits on the right side. If a number has an odd number of digits after the decimal, then at the end we pair it by writing 0 next to the remaining digit. For example, if there was one more digit at the end of this number, we would make a pair by putting a 0 next to it. Note that adding the 0 after the last non-zero digit of the decimal number does not change the value of the number. After placing the bar here, the next step will be to find the largest natural number whose square is equal to or smaller than the number below the leftmost bar, that is, the number whose square is equal to or smaller than 23. The square of 4 is 16, which is smaller than 23, and the square of 5 is 25, which is larger than 23. Therefore, we will choose the number 4. The number 4 obtained is our divisor and also the first digit of the square root of this number, which we will write in the quotient. Considering the number below the leftmost bar as 23 and writing 16 below it, we will find the remainder. The remainder obtained here is 7. All the whole numbers in our original number are done. Only decimal numbers remain. So now, we will add the decimal to the quotient. Then, we will write the number of the next pair after the remainder. That number here is 04. And thus, our next composite number is 704. Now for the new divisor, multiply the unit digit of first divisor by 2. We will write the resulting number here, leaving a blank space to the right. Now, to fill in the blank, we will think of the largest possible digit, which will be the first digit after the decimal in the quotient, and when the new divisor is multiplied by the same new digit, the product obtained will be less than or equal to the dividend. So, our new digit here will be 8. We will write 8 after the decimal in the quotient. After this, 704 will be written under the new number to be divided. Then we will subtract them. Here, the remainder is 0 and no digit is left from the original number. So the square root of the number 23.04 will be 4.8. Note here that we have to keep repeating this process until all the digits of the original number have been divided. If the remainder becomes 0 at the end, the quotient will be equal to the square root of this given number. But if the remainder of a number does not come to 0, then the process will have to be done by adding another pair of zeros at the end of this number or guessing the square root of this number. This gives us the value of x as 4.8. This means that Vishal has placed the ladder at a distance of 4.8 meters from the wall to climb the roof. So in this video, we learned to find the square root of a decimal number. In the next video, we will see examples of this. Thank you. Square roots of decimals, illustrative examples. Friends, welcome to this video. In the previous video, we learned how to find the square root of decimal numbers. In this video, we will see examples related to this. If the square of a decimal number is 210.25, can you tell what that number will be? You can pause the video here and solve the question yourself. Suppose the square of the number y is equal to 210.25. That is, we have to find the square root of the number 210.25 to find the value of y. We will find it by the division method. For this, first we draw lines like this around the given number, and then we will put a bar over the number. There are two parts here. One part has a whole number and the other has a decimal number. For whole numbers, we start with the number in the units place and we pair them with digits on the left side and place a bar on them. There are 3 digits, so we will have 2 bars. To add a bar to a decimal number, we start with the decimal and place a pair of digits on the right. Here, we will have only a single bar after the decimal. Now, for the first digit of the square root, we will find the largest number whose square is equal to or smaller than the number below the leftmost bar, that is 2. Since the square of 1 is 1, which is smaller than 2, that number will be 1. This will be the first digit of the quotient. Assuming 1 as the divisor and the number below the leftmost bar as a dividend, we will subtract the square of the number 1 and find the remainder. The remainder obtained here is also 1. Now, we will write the number under the next bar with the remainder. This will make the new number 110. Now for the new divisor, we multiply 1 by 2. We will write it as the new divisor, leaving a blank space to the right of the number so received. Now, we will find the largest digit for the blank space. Suppose we take a. So when 2a is multiplied by a, the product obtained is less than or equal to the new factor. For example, our new number here will be 4. This will also be the second digit of the quotient. Now we will find the remainder. Here the remainder we get is 14. Now, we are not left with any whole number from the original number and only the decimal numbers remain. So, we will add a decimal to the quotient. After this, write the number of the next pair after the remainder. This is our new dividend. After this, we will multiply the unit number of the old divisor by 2 and write the number so received. That is 28, leaving a blank space to the right of the new divisor. To fill in the blanks, we have to guess the largest digit, which when multiplied by the new divisor, will get the product that should be equal to or smaller than the new factor 1425. This digit will be the new digit after the decimal in the quotient. Here, that digit will be 5. So we will get the remainder as 0. And we will get the square root of the number as 14.5. Therefore, y is equal to 14.5. That is, that number is 14.5. Now look at this triangle. The area of this triangle is 20.48 square centimeters. The length and height of its base are equal to x. Find the value of x. You may pause the video here and solve the question yourself. The formula for the area of a triangle is half into base into height. The base of this triangle is x, and its height is also given to us here, that is x. Its area will be half into x raised to 2. The area of the triangle is given as 20.48 square centimeters. We can write it this way. Solving this equation further, we will get the square of x equals 40.96. To find the value of x here, we have to find the square root of 40.96. You can pause the video here and find the square root yourself. We get the square root of the number 40.96, that is the value of x as 6.4. Therefore, the height of the triangle and the length of its base are 6.4 centimeters. In this video, we saw examples related to finding the square root of decimal numbers. In the next video, we will see some misconceptions related to this. Thank you. Misconceptions related to square roots of decimals. Friends, welcome to this video. In the previous video, we saw examples involving square root of decimal numbers. In this video, we will see a misconception related to the square root of decimal numbers. 4 friends are trying to find out the square root of the number 0.0144. Their answers are as follows. Can you tell who has given the correct answer? You may pause the video here and solve the question yourself. We know that the square root of 144 is 12. Amit, while finding the square root of 0.0144, used 12 as the square root of 144 and thus added 0.0. This is a misconception. Vishal derived the square root of this number in this way. Here, the square root of this number is equal to a whole number. This means that Vishal's answer is incorrect. The answer of both Rahul and Vikas is the same, but their understanding is different. Now let's look at Rahul's answer. He thought that there is no value of 0 after the decimal, so he removed the 0. This gave him the number 0.144. The square root of the number 144 is 12. So, while finding the square root of this number, Rahul wrote the square root of 144 and then put a decimal before 12, which gave him 0.12 as the answer. This answer is correct, but the method of solving it is incorrect. Now let us see how Vikas has solved this question. This number has only the decimal part. So first of all, he made a pair from the right of the decimal point and placed bars on the numbers. Then he found the largest number whose square is equal to or smaller than the number below the leftmost bar. Here, that number is 1. Subsequently, considering the number obtained as the divisor and the number below the leftmost bar as the dividend, he found the remainder. The remainder obtained here is 0. Because the first divisional number was 1 in the decimal part, we would first add the decimal to the quotient and then the first digit would be 1. Solving in this way, the square root of this number is 0.12. Thus, Vikas's answer is correct. We can also find the square root of this number in this way. Here, we have used decimal numbers as rational numbers. By converting it, we have found its square root. Now let's find the sum of the square roots of these numbers. In order for you to solve this, you have been given hints. You can try to solve it together with your friends. In this video, we saw a misconception related to the square root of decimal numbers. See you in the next video. Thank you.